Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside JDog.
Mike, it is so good to see you. There were so many legacies to find this weekend. I can't wait for today's show.
Legacies as in us gambling or
Yes.
Okay. So
And
not just
keep going. And quarterbacks.
and
yes.
quarterbacks
And head coaches. Maybe some kickers. Maybe some announcers.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Across the
changes.
board, we learned a lot of things this weekend. I would say watching the games. Now, Pats Chargers Sunday night.
Yeah.
Texans Steelers, whatever that was on Monday. Those were not playoff games. But the 4 games before that, elite NFL. It's as good as the NFL can get. It's like they took crazy pills. Every team, Mike, in those first 4 games that was winning at the 2-minute warning lost the game. That was an insane run.
It was a tough weekend for gambling.
Well, not for everyone.
For some people it was good. And I feel like this is what I was thinking about all weekend. When I was watching the games, my emotional take bled into my decision making on a lot of these things. So this week, I'm taking that away. Full conversations with the model, picking all my picks, even the props, player props, over, under, everything.
No emotions.
No emotions this week because the Bears might be on it. So no emotion.
So that's what this is about. You're betting on Caleb Williams, and you had to preface it by saying,
Yes.
I'm taking my heart out of it. That was crazy with Caleb Williams. Let's just run through a few high-level things, then we'll dive in big picture. When I'm talking legacies, Mike, I'm talking legacies. Let's talk about one legacy, Tony Romo. I think he's completely done after that game. I think Sports hit another one.
I do have a whole bunch of tweets here. Tony Romo is literally unlistenable. Tony Romo seems absolutely lost during the first half of the broadcast. It's really brutal to listen to him. Tony Romo is currently on pace for the worst broadcaster of all time. How much credit does Tony Romo think he deserves for repeatedly declaring, I'm telling you, Jim, they're for real?
They can both go to the Super Bowl. Both of these teams can go to the Super Bowl. This is a game with 2 great quarterbacks, Jim. He said it like he was so existential throughout the whole game. After every play, it was like, these are 2 of the best teams in the AFC. It was never about what was going on in front of him. The man is having mental issues. If CBS doesn't make a move this offseason to get J.J. Watt into the #1 booth, I don't know about Jim Nantz, because Jim Nantz was with Phil Simms for many years, and then Phil Simms was bad, and Nantz kind of got worse. And then he brought in Romo, and Nantz was okay. I love Jim Nantz. Jim Nantz knows who JDog is. I don't think Jim Nantz should actually be in the #1 booth anymore. They both deteriorated.
I will say, I did see an interview with Tony Romo not doing the broadcast. I feel like he might be in a spot now where he is so comfortable. He no longer gives a fuck about research and knowing what's going on and trying to watch the game as a fan and just be like, yeah, like anybody can make it. It's almost like you're trying to fill time. Like I imagine if me or you or somebody we knew went in a booth, after a while, you kind of have to go back to these things, right? You have to kind of go back to your like crutch phrases to fill the air because you got nothing else to do. So I don't know. He didn't look, I know we suggested he may be an alcoholic at some point, but I did at least, not you.
You did.
I did.
You did that.
He didn't look that puffy this weekend. So not a lot of tweets about that. I don't know what you saw.
Well, it's like flossing before you go to the dentist. Maybe he didn't have 2 drinks before the game and he looked a little better. I don't know what that situation is. I just know that he needs to go. He's not doing any research. Why would he be comfortable? If he goes on X for 1 minute, he sees that everyone hates him.
All right, like let's scenario this. Tom Brady, all the hates towards him, like how bad he is, how uncomfortable he's in the booth. It's almost like taking it off of Romo. Like in a way, we might have almost forgot about Tony Romo in the booth because of how bad Tom Brady was doing it. And then we're realizing, oh no, Romo's bad too. But Romo's just gave up. Romo was good.
Yeah.
But now he's bad.
And he doesn't predict plays anymore. If he just predicts plays and gets them right, we'll love him again. Brady has gotten much better. We should say, as you go through that, he's gotten better. He's not a problem anymore. I don't have an issue with Brady doing big games. I think he's probably right up there with Greg Olsen now. Sure, Greg Olsen should go to another network and get #1 job, but Tom Brady's gotten a lot better. I'm not worried about Tom Brady anymore as an announcer. Are you?
Listen, I've watched most of these games on silent or on my phone at a park with no sound.
Stop going to the park during these legacy-defining weekends, Mike.
I gotta go to the park.
You can go week 7 when you're 0-5 in picks. Don't go during the playoffs.
No.
Listen, I'm traveling this weekend, going to see one of our mutual friends, one of the rich ones. I don't know if we're going to watch all the games this weekend, but there's some good ones that I hope we can still watch.
It's tough for the kid. But yeah, I tried to watch as many games as possible.
All right, more
I was
More
going to say,
legacies.
Sunday and Monday were the easiest games for me to watch because it's like, nothing's going on.
Sunday
bedtime.
night and Monday
Yeah,
night, and then
yeah.
those were the shitty games.
Yeah, they were.
I
And
mean,
was
Steelers-Texans,
locked in.
that we knew going in there would be no points. If you didn't bet the under, you're an idiot, because I made money on the under. I'm sure you did too, because that was obvious.
I did bet it. Yeah, I did bet it.
Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, that had to get blown up today, and it did.
Yeah.
Talking about legacies, how many legacies were defined in Pittsburgh last night? Aaron Rodgers' last play of his career is a pick six.
I know.
Mike Tomlin, he left 15 hours after the game ended. He didn't make it 24 hours. That man has been wanting to leave for years, the way that he left 15 hours after that game. Pittsburgh fans are in full rebuild mode. Legacies were defined in Pittsburgh.
Do you think Rodgers sticks around? Because I feel like there's a lot of odds right now. Like, is he coming back? Obviously, Tomlin's gone. He had a great time. He was there. No losing seasons, which is great for the Steeler fans. I think they're happy. We got a confirmation from our.
They're happy he's out.
Yeah, Big Lou, very happy about the Steelers moving on from that. But I do think Rodgers comes back next year because I don't know if they have a good backup plan for anybody else. Like, who are you going to get? You got your rookie, I think, back there, but I don't know if they even want to play him. I think he comes back. I think it was just coaching that it comes down to, right? Like, there are moments where you could see what he wanted. Like, he was frustrated. Like, when he's slinging the ball, it seemed like people were open, or maybe it's the wrong. I don't know. It seemed like he might come back to me when I was watching it.
I would be shocked if Aaron Rodgers comes back. His coach, his confidant is gone. The one reason he joined the Steelers was Mike Tomlin. Who's going to be in there? Do they want Rodgers? Also, he's 42 this year. He's going to be 43 next year. That man should not be taking the hits he was taking from that defense, and any good defense last night. He was getting beat up. He's like one play away from death's doorstep. Does he want to live this life with his secret wife that no one knows about, or does he want to be concussed forever? Because like if he comes back again, the injuries might be too much. That would be bad.
It's just it seems like if they're going to do a full rebuild and they don't have a good draft selection right this year, right? So it's like where are they going to start from? It doesn't seem like a good spot, but I guess there might be some quarterbacks available. I don't know if there's quarterbacks available.
We'll get to that. Long off season. Mike Tomlin, he's out 15 hours, like I said, after the game. I don't think he's going to coach this season. I think he's going to take a gap year like Sean Payton, come out to see you in LA, work the Fox desk for a year, and then cherry pick the best situation next year. Maybe a great quarterback, maybe a great franchise like the Packers or someone like that. I think he takes 1 year off, then dives back in. What do you think?
A lot of open positions this year. A lot of offensive coordinator positions, head coach positions. I feel like it could just be kind of like a roundabout way, like maybe he goes to Baltimore, John Harbaugh, or whatever. Maybe he goes to Pittsburgh.
Really?
Who knows? Weird.
The Ravens owner floated that today. He said he actually mentioned that out loud, which was crazy. Also, the Ravens owner was asked if the Ravens kicker last week made the kick, would Harbaugh still be the coach?
I saw that.
And the owner right away goes, for one more week.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was like heartless. What if they would have won their playoff game? You can't get rid of them, the whole thing. That was crazy.
It was almost like, we are going to fire you at some point. It just depends if you win a Super Bowl or not. It's
but what does that say about your franchise when everyone wants John Harbaugh? I'm a Dolphins fan. I would do anything for John Harbaugh, and I don't even know if we're getting an interview with him because these other teams that have a quarterback are kind of higher up on that list. It doesn't say much for the Ravens kicking the guy out who's the hottest candidate.
It just seems like after a while, I think a lot of players they don't lose the respect, but it's like you have Lamar there that we've seen the talent from before. We didn't see it this year. He needs somebody new to come in and just kind of refresh it, because you're not going to get rid of your whole team. You got to get rid of the coach and refresh it all.
It's true. Mike, legacies, Saturday night, Caleb Williams in Chicago, down 21-3 to his rival, to a healthy Jordan Love. The fans were booing. It was cold and snowy, and the man did it again. You can't keep doubting this man.
I honestly, I was watching that game. I do think it was Green Bay's fault for losing the game. They were up,
yes, they blew it.
which scares me this week. We can talk about it in a little bit, but I don't think Caleb, I mean, yes, he came down. I think there's odds out there of he was not going to win this game by any means necessary with being down that much, but he came back. He won the game. Good for him. Then all of you guys just started sending painted fingernails into the group thread.
Well, you made a proclamation. I may have made you say it last week, but we said if Caleb Williams and the Bears win the Super Bowl, Mike has to paint his nails on the show. You also threw in you're going to buy a jersey, which is exciting. He only has a few more games to go. I mean, they could beat the Rams. They could beat the Seahawks. They could beat the Bills.
I know.
That was a legacy. And so Caleb, impressive. By the way, Lil Wayne also tweeting that his team, he's a Packers fan, lost to a quarterback with painted nails. I noticed that.
He was not happy about that.
I'm still listing legacies here. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Nick Sirianni.
Wait,
you go.
yeah.
What?
I was going to say go back to Green Bay. I think that
Yeah.
coach needs to be fired.
I would love Matt LaFleur in Miami, too. I would love that man. That man is an offensive schemer. He schemes the shit out of offense. Guys are always open in the Green Bay offense. Run lanes are always there. Matt LaFleur is like one of the best offensive minds in football, but he's a less awkward version of Mike McDaniel, and that's what I had. I want like a more polished version of McDaniel, which I think is LaFleur. Yes, he can't call timeouts properly. Yes, he blew the game with play calling, but his offensive scheme is pretty great.
It just felt like he's been there so long. Things haven't been, it's like Jordan Love with this guy was like, I don't even know when Rodgers left Green Bay, but it felt like we've been working on Jordan Love, the prospect of Jordan Love for 5 to 8 years. I'm not even sure how long it's been, but we've been working on him. And Malik came in the week before and looked great. And so I don't really know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's the answer. A lot of questions on these teams for sure.
And that's what it's all about. This is setting us up for a big offseason on the Sports Hangover.
It's big.
So LaFleur, I mean, Packers fans might want Malik Willis and trade Jordan Love. Malik Willis is a free agent. Teams are saying they might get $40, $50 million a year to Malik Willis as the best free agent quarterback out there. Now, the Dolphins hired a GM from Green Bay on Friday. They might hire a head coach from from Green Bay this week. Could Malik Willis be next? Could we be bringing all the best Packers down to Florida?
It's kind of fun. All these teams like are blowing up, like new coaches, GMs, everybody's getting fired. Quarterbacks are gone. Every team's going to look brand new next season, which is wild.
It's supposed to be a quiet head coaching cycle. Now we have 9 openings with guys like Harbaugh and Tomlin, some big names out there. Back to the legacies, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Nick Sirianni. Mike, a year ago, they were going on a Super Bowl run to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I feel like people in Philadelphia have completely forgotten about that. They want Sirianni out. They're trying to figure out the A.J. Brown thing. They want to upgrade at quarterback. I saw so many tweets of Eagles fans upgrading at quarterback. Their quarterback won a Super Bowl 10 months ago.
But Jeremy,
chill out, right?
Whose problem is it? Is it the coaching or is it Jalen Hurts? Because there is no, like I've mentioned this many times, Jalen Hurts is not a happy man. There's no emotion. At least Aaron Rodgers, when he's on the field, he's cursing at guys like, run your fucking route, turn here. You see him on the field do that.
He's fired up. Jalen Hurts doesn't even get fired up.
Jalen Hurts does not care at all. A.J. Brown missing balls, not catching them.
Not mad at him. Yelling at his coach.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what it is. And that's the big question answer too. Is it the coach? Do you fire the coach? You have Jalen Hurts next year. Do you guys go back to the Super Bowl? Are you good enough? They just squeaked by. This is the week where we really find out what teams are real and fake, for sure.
I knew the Eagles were fake. I was on Niners money line also this past week. I was hot. We're gonna talk about our picks. I was 5-1.
Also, I know we got to mention it, but that big random dude that dropped a whole case on the magnetic field, magnetic like energy over their practice field that's rupturing all the Achilles and everything. Did you see that?
Oh, the Niners conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but they've like shown like the magnetic field is so much stronger over their practice field, so it's like softening their tissue or something. And then we saw Kittle go out with an injury. So
but that happened in Philly. So you think maybe the damage happened in San Francisco, then he flew and it just popped. They've been the most injury-prone team for years now. Ever since they moved to that stadium, it's like a power company, like a power source right next to their stadium.
And there's like so much magnetic field or something pumping out of that, like right under their practice field. I don't know anything about it. I would move the field.
Move the field. That's expensive. That's a big deal. It's a nice stadium. That's where the Super Bowl will be this year. What if we have a catastrophic injury early in the Super Bowl and it's like exposed that this field has to go?
Whoever gets that practice field, they're getting injured there. Somebody's getting injured.
But their main stadium is right there too, Mike. It's the whole NFL
I know, but it seems like where the practice field is like right over the large amount of magnetic energy.
Okay. What about like people whose homes are like next to these places? Are they also
not
fucked?
good? I don't think it's good for you.
They're
you
not
should
good.
not live by a power station. No.
It's like don't live near a power station.
Yeah. Don't live near. Not good. Too much like unknown energy. You know, like I feel like sometimes people like talk about like, you know how when you go to the woods, you feel this like kind of feel good. I don't know if it's like the Wi-Fi or all this other stuff. I don't want to get too conspiratorial here, but
we can. Yeah.
Also,
speaking of this, I've noticed NFL players walking into stadiums. So few of them have AirPods anymore. They are all wearing wired earbuds.
Yeah.
I've done some research because I just got a new pair of AirPods. A lot of people are saying AirPods bad for your brain, can also cause energy with electromagnetic. We're both wearing wired headphones right now. Are AirPods bad too?
Well, I wear wired for the podcast because there's no delay. I
Right.
can't have a delay because then it'd be weird.
But if you're going on the trail out back, you're wearing AirPods.
I'm wearing AirPods. I don't think
Okay.
there's been enough studies done to tell me that my AirPods are going to give me cancer in my head.
I saw Josh Allen walking into that big game with wired earbuds, and I was like, damn, if that's what Josh is doing, maybe that's what I should be doing.
It became like an accessory, you know? It's like, oh, everybody's wearing cool belts. That's like an accessory.
I don't like the look. I think it's
No.
crazy. There's a guy who walks around my office with the earbuds in the whole time, like just taking calls on his earbuds.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, I will say those earbuds are a lot more uncomfortable because there's no foam tip on it. It's like the old school Apple AirPod. You know, they're just like little circular things that go in your ear. They don't fit your ear like these AirPods do. So I'm out. I'm out on that conspiracy. I don't believe it at all.
Other conspiracies back in. We'll see in the Super Bowl what happens. A few more legacies were defined, Mike. Justin Herbert, Chargers. Is he never going to win a playoff game?
I got a lot of stats on that one.
Let's hear it.
Has as many touchdown passes as Juwan Jennings.
That was a sick play. Did you know Juwan Jennings was
Great.
a higher rated high school football quarterback recruit than like all these great NFL quarterbacks?
Great throw. It was like
crazy.
it was like such a dime too. Like that looked
I mean, it
really...
wasn't perfect. McCaffrey had to extend, and he's a little
Sure.
person extending, so he had to go really far. It was a sick catch, but he got the throw off.
I don't think he had time to like warm up. I think it was just like, we're playing this call. You got to throw the ball. He's not
You're right. You can't like warm up on the sideline, right? Like you can't throw for like 3 hours before that.
No.
That's a good point.
Yeah. He just like was cold and threw the ball. I thought it was
I like
great.
that idea. That's a great play.
Since 2000, only 2 QBs are now 0-3 straight up NATS or worse in the playoffs. Andy Dalton and Justin Herbert.
Wow. And
I think the conversation is over with Justin Herbert. This man not performing well, and I don't know if it's the O-line. We got a new coaching staff. We got all this stuff. But we've been saying it. At least I've been saying it. I'm out. I'm done.
You had a proclamation in week 3 or 4 that the Chargers were the worst, Herbert was the worst, all these things.
Yeah.
You were calling out their fans, and it just got worse and worse ever since. Chargers fans, feel free to chime in. Do you want to change a quarterback? There's all these teams out there that would love a Justin Herbert. Like, I know the Chargers are in a bad shape right now. The Steelers are in bad shape. Certain teams. Then there's teams like mine, the Dolphins. We want your cast-offs. We want the people who are fired. We want the quarterbacks who are getting let go. I'll take Herbert. Chargers fans, do you want Herbert out? Because we can facilitate this.
Could you do like a swap? Like, would Chargers fans take like a Dak Prescott and Dallas would take like a Justin Herbert? Like, you just do kind of a swap for two guys?
Some people do think Dak Prescott is being traded to the Raiders in the offseason for the number 1 overall pick. That's a juicy one we can talk about.
I feel like Dak would work better in Vegas than that guy. Also, I watched that game, whatever that rookie quarterback is on Indiana.
College football game?
I watched that game.
You
I
did?
wanted to see what that kid is very weird.
Oh yeah, you saw some interviews. Yeah, he's a weird.
I saw
he's
some
a weird
interviews
guy.
with him. He seems like a great kid.
It works in college, and he's like very, very like nice and very, very good to everyone.
Loves.
I don't know if that's gonna work in an NFL locker.
Like, thank God twice in the same interview.
He's a goober. He's a goober. He's a nerd. But he's really good at football. So, like, how do you reckon those things? Like, what matters more? Is it your on-field performance, or is like how you lead in the locker room, how your teammates view you?
You definitely want to lead right, but you also, I don't know if I don't think he's a good fit in Vegas for sure. I like that trade idea though. That's a great trade
Dallas. Idea. Otherwise, Vegas.
Yeah,
we'll see I came up with it myself.
Yeah.
We'll have the whole off season to talk about that.
That's great.
Who would you rather have, the positive goober Mendoza or the negative depression person, DDP, deep dark place?
Oh, like Jalen Hurts? I would take the kid without a
You
doubt.
would,
Like,
so you don't.
it does not bother me at all that he's a goober. It's just it almost seems like he's such a child that he doesn't know what real life is. But I guess he's really good at quarterbacking. So it's like, well, why not?
But we haven't seen many quarterbacks with that personality succeed in the NFL.
Russell Wilson.
I'm thinking about Josh Rosen, who was like socially awkward and like flamed out really bad.
Yeah, but he was more like, fuck all you, like 9 people drafted ahead of me, right? That was Josh Rosen, right?
Yeah, he had that ego. Russell Wilson wasn't that weird in Seattle. I think fame and fortune and Ciara made him weird in Denver.
Well, he was always thanking God, but he progressively got weirder and weirder because he got more comfortable in his weirdness, and then it really, really came out before he got shipped off to Denver.
He was like a random quarterback in college at NC State. He played at Wisconsin. Russell Wilson didn't have this big career that Mendoza had. Mendoza's going to win a championship. He won the Heisman. He's going to get paid as a number one pick. He's coming in with like ego, but like you walk into an NFL locker room and you have to, it's like Mike McDaniel. Like, I don't know how he ever led a locker room. He's such a goober. He's such a nerd. I don't think it works in the NFL, but we'll see because Mendoza could be winning games. Legacies, Mike.
Yeah. Who else? Who else are we talking
Bryce
about?
Young. They're not advancing. I get it. They scored 30 points. He threw an absolute dime to take the lead inside of 2 minutes of a playoff game. I changed my mind on Bryce Young.
Wow.
I think the Panthers can win with Bryce Young. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's going to lead you to a Super Bowl. I think he's good enough to like win a playoff game or two and like move on with.
I think his wide receivers are pretty good. I feel like those guys are pretty talented.
You're crediting the other guys.
Well, I mean, Bryce Young, the problem I keep seeing every time I watch him, it's his little hop and throw. Because he can't see over the O-line, right?
He's a short king.
He's a really, really short guy. I mean, listen, I thought he would be better than, I bet with somebody in our fantasy league that he would be better than Caleb Williams, like draft value. Now,
bad weekend for you.
Bad weekend for me, but I feel like there's some hope in Bryce. Like we thought Bryce was just a bust and people in North Carolina were kind of excited for him.
Yeah.
I think the team is fine. He got his swagger back that he needed after Dalton got in the car accident.
It took a year and a half, but he got his swagger back. The Panthers haven't had a playoff game for a while. That place was rocking. They were up at, like I said, 10.5-point dog at home. They got no respect in that game. To almost win, I became more of a Bryce Young guy after that.
I do have a stat that I did not use in gambling at all this week, but I have a stat here. Where is it? Home dogs of 4 points a plus, 4 points or more, are now 9-0 ATS in the last 50 years in the playoffs.
Home dogs of how many points?
4 or more.
Wow. The Bears are plus 3.5 right now. I hope it doesn't go to 4 because I'm heavy on
They're
Rams.
plus 3.5 right now.
Yeah. The Rams are favored.
Well, we got to talk about these games.
We'll talk about these games. One more legacy I want to hit on, maybe the biggest legacy to talk about. It's my boy Josh Allen. Sports Stradamus has been nailing this shit. On this podcast, I told you months ago, it's his year in the AFC. And sure enough, he's in a battle against Trevor Lawrence. I told you last week, the winner of Bills-Jags goes to the Super Bowl. You watch all the games this weekend, you have to agree. The winner of Bills-Jags is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like mistakes with both teams. Every time I watch, like it seems like a little sloppy. I'm a little worried this week. I feel like Broncos have beat the Bills before, correct? That already happened this season.
Did they play this year? I don't know.
I think they played this year. I think they already beat them. Now they're in Mile High, right? So now they're at home because I think they played them in Buffalo.
Yep.
It worries me a little bit, but I do believe it's Josh's year. I would like it
You're
to be
with me
Josh.
on that. Buffalo, tough travel schedule. They played Sunday in Jacksonville, back to Buffalo Sunday night. They have to fly to Denver on Friday, play on Saturday. I'm worried about that.
I'm confused on why the people that played Sunday, why can't you just like everybody would be that matchup would also play on the following Sunday? Like, couldn't they figure that schedule out? Like, why
they put Rams and Panthers were the only Saturday winners? So
Yeah.
that's one game, I guess. Wait, Rams and who else?
No, there's
Rams
another
and
game
Bears.
too. The Bears.
So that game should have been Saturday, but then they flipped them because that's the best game. So NBC's going to do that game at 6:30 Sunday. It's a great game in Chicago. The scene in Chicago was cool, the snow and everything. Back to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I think he's going to beat Bo Nix. I think he's going to beat the Patriots or the Texans. I think he's going to the Super Bowl. The way he won that playoff game, his first playoff game on the road, the Bills' first road playoff game since 92. We're famous for talking droughts on this show about my team, the Dolphins. The Dolphins have won a road playoff game since 92. The Bills hadn't. So for him to pull that off in Jacksonville, the crowd was electric. The people are in the pool, the whole thing. And watching the game, he did it with no help. He has less help than zero help, whatever that is. Shavers is out there. Gabe Davis is 40 years old. Brandon Cooks. No way that man was in demand this year, and they have Brandon Cooks.
Does that hurt you this round? Because I feel like, all right, you survived Jacksonville. Mistakes were happening on both sides of the ball. I thought Jacksonville was going to have it at some point, but it seemed, the Bills were getting the momentum. Yeah. But I think this is the week that it worries me. Because you have nobody, we rely solely on you. You're rushing touchdown. You're rushing all over the field. This is the week that worries me. Now, I saw Bo Nix play. I have confidence that the Bills could beat Bo Nix.
You saw him in person. You got a real scouting report.
I know what's going on there.
You saw Bo Nix and Kenny Pickett in the same game, and you're not sure who was better.
Yeah, I don't know who's better. So it does scare me this week. I listen. we got to talk about the gambling pool too, but
Yeah.
I got to make big bets here.
I'm worried about it too. I think he can do it on his own. I think he has to do it on his own. And I don't think you can do it on your own against really quality teams. It's all about the AFC is just weak this year. The Broncos are the most illegitimate number 1 seed you could imagine.
I
The
agree.
Patriots as a 2 seed are not scary at all. And then it's the Texans. And so those are the 3 teams he has to beat to get to the Super Bowl. Now,
The Texans do not scare me at all.
especially without Nico Collins.
0%.
He's going to be concussed for that game.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's been okay. If you get to the Super Bowl, I mean, the Rams are a real team. The Seahawks are a real team. I'm not saying Josh Allen can do that single-handedly. I think single-handedly he can still do it against the Broncos and the Pats.
I agree. I just worry this week might not be the week for him. That's what I'm saying. It feels like things aren't lining up. Defense is tough. They've already beat him this season, and we saw that. Like, I don't know. It's just...
Well, I'm going to keep betting with emotion, and you don't have to this week. So as far as picks go, I was 5-1. The one pick that I lost in our gambling pool was a 3-leg parlay that I lost by a half point. If the Rams just win by 4, I go 6-0, which is crazy. You Mike, did not have the same one.
No, I only won money on the Texans. Lost all my other bets. Even the bets that I queued up before that I didn't bet, I lost. Not a good weekend. Should have went chalk. Should have just went with all the dogs. Would have won money on the dogs.
On the dogs or the favorites?
I think didn't the dogs win most of it?
The Bills were a favorite. The Pats were a favorite.
That's
the
true.
Niners were a definite dog on the money line. Bears were a home dog.
It's a tough week, Jeremy. I'm like really trying to prep this week. I got big bets ahead. I can tell you my bets too, but we should go.
I do want to hear him. I just want to recap last week. The AI model also had a tough time.
Yeah.
0-2 heading into Monday night. You got the Texans money line. It wasn't really going out on a limb there, but you got one on the AI model.
Well, it says wildcard performance was 3-3 money line, ATS 2-4, over under 4-2. Best bets were 2-4. I
had the top 3 bets at 1 and 2. It's okay. We'll have the AI model and we'll have JDog's picks and we'll put them both out there and we'll see who does.
You're doing good. Now, I also think this is like when I feel like I got to stick with the model because long term, the model wins more than emotions, right? And I know this is a small sample size, but I also feel like this is the way you got to bet. If you know that there's a 69% chance that this is a better move than actually going with emotions or your own research, I feel like the model is a better bet. And that's the hard part, sticking with the model, because then you second guess it. You're like, well, my emotions are telling me this is wrong.
I would look at it a little differently. I would look at the model as being your guide to the regular season to keep you level throughout many months of ups and downs and keep you stable, keep you flatlined. In the playoffs, maybe a little emotion helps. Maybe it's a little bit of, I know the Broncos are a better roster, but the guy on the other side of the field is a winner, and that guy's going to get it done even if the rosters don't look equal. And that's kind of how I'm approaching it with my $900 money line bet on the Bills this week.
You're going all in on the Bills.
Almost all in on the Bills.
Wow.
Money line. I'm sad they're favorites. They should be.
Let me just tell you my full bets this week. I am doing... Where are my bets? Well, I'm definitely betting the Broncos this week. That's the first thing.
Wow. You just said it was Josh's year.
It is Josh's year, but my emotion tells me it's Josh's year. It tells me I need to go with the Bills. But here are my downfalls. One, we're going to altitude. Bills are coming, traveling to Denver. It's cold up there. I know it's cold in Buffalo, but this is a different type of cold. Altitude cold. Can't breathe very well. Can't run as much. They also had a week off. I'm saying, right? These two teams, Seattle, Broncos, both had a rest week. They didn't have to do anything. There's no like, I only get a short day. I miss a week. Injury, what else? They lost Gabe Davis, right? He's got a torn ACL.
And Shavers, 2 of his receivers who we don't even know much about. He lost 2 more of them.
And then Josh Allen, 0-4 in road playoff games.
Well, we can update that now.
Well, 0-4 on road. He was at home, right?
He was in Jacksonville.
All right,
that's
so
his first road playoff win. For him.
1-4.
It might be changing the course. Another thing to consider: the sun is a big deal, and this game will be played at 2:30 local time in Denver. That'll help with the temperature. It'll be much warmer during the day than it would be in a night game. I think another thing to think about is college football teams. You're watching Indiana and Mendoza. They are the only team that had a bye that kept advancing, that didn't lose in their first game after a bye. I want to ask you a question, Mike. when you have a really successful project, compare it to whatever you're working on, like the Bills maybe, who won a really big game. If you won a really big project last week, you're coming in this week with extra confidence.
Sure.
Now, the team who didn't have a project last week, who took the week off on vacation, Mike, my first day of vacation, coming back to work, what do I do here? What is my password?
I agree.
What is my function here? They're going to be rusty. The Bills are coming in confident. I actually don't like those points because I think the Bills are coming in as the hotter, confident team.
I agree. It's a tough, like my first thought was when it was Bills Broncos matchup, I said, this is easy. I'm betting on Josh Allen. I'm not betting on Bo Nix in his second year coming in here.
Yeah.
But I feel like the numbers and the injuries and the players are telling me I shouldn't bet that. But we'll see. I mean, I got a long week. See what happens.
Did the best quarterback win all 6 playoff games this week? I want to say you could debate Hurts and Purdy. Now, this podcast doesn't like Brock Purdy or Jalen Hurts, but every other game, the better quarterback won. Stafford and Caleb Williams was better than Jordan Love. I think quarterbacks matter more in the playoffs than the regular season.
Do you think Brock Purdy's better? Because we've had a lot of hate on Brock Purdy over the years.
We've had a lot of hate. He's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, a better passer than Jalen Hurts for sure.
Yeah.
I saw Jalen Hurts passing in college. I sat really low, I've told you before, in Alabama Ole Miss game, and Jalen Hurts was missing wide open people. And I was like, that man can't throw. And 8 years later, he still can't throw. The story hasn't changed. Brock Purdy can actually sling it. He's got a little like Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre in him. He just throws that shit downfield.
He does.
Whether it's going to work, whether it's double coverage, he just throws it. And sometimes it does work, and sometimes Juwan Jennings helps him out.
Let's talk about that game. Seahawks, 49ers, they're in Seattle.
Yeah.
This one worries me. The whole NFC West is still in the playoffs.
Because you're a Seahawks guy, and it worries you.
It worries me a little bit. I know the 49ers and Seahawks always play tight. I would take the points in this game, but I will be betting the Seahawks money line.
Money line, you're not getting much value. They're a 7-point favorite, kind of high.
But then I would have to tease it a little bit. It opened at -6.5. I think we're at 7.5 right now. But the thing with all the injuries, so we have George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and other guys are all out as well. Like, they're not there. So
Fred Warner's back at practice. He might give it a go on some third downs this week.
I did see a video of Fred Warner climbing a parking garage. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. Is that in his contract? Is he allowed?
I have no idea. It was like on Instagram. It was like, Fred Warner looks like he's pretty healthy. He scaled a parking garage.
So he's back.
I guess he's fine. Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's coming back.
The Seahawks are not as illegitimate a 1 seed as the Broncos, but they're actually really close. When you look at playoff Sam Darnold throughout history, it kind of reminds me of what we're going to get with Bo Nix, kind of like someone who I don't trust at all. And again, Purdy's coming in with confidence. Philly is a tough place to play. Seattle's a tough place to play. San Francisco just won in Philly. They can win in Seattle. I'm surprised the line is 7, and I'll be on the Niners too.
So week 1, San Francisco beat Seattle 17-13. Week 18, Seattle wins 13-3.
Both low-scoring games. My first thought was get on the over. I think McCaffrey gets in the end zone a couple times.
So you're going over. What's the...
But then, no. That was my first thought. And then I was reviewing their last several meetings, and both games were under 30 points. It seems like defense wins. The Niners' defense has been banged up, but they held the Eagles in check, so maybe they can hold Sam Darnold. I know you're a Seahawks guy. I know you have the Seahawks in our playoff draft.
Oh, yeah.
I don't trust Sam Darnold at all in a big playoff spot like this.
It worries me, but I do prefer Sam Darnold over Brock Purdy. And the weapons that Sam Darnold has right now. I feel like it's just like he doesn't have Kittle. I feel like Kittle was his like security blanket. Now it's Christian McCaffrey, and he's playing great, but who knows what could happen.
I'm going to take Niners +7. I don't know that they can win the game, but I'll be on them. I think the Rams are a much tougher matchup for Seattle. When it's Rams-Seahawks next week, which is most likely, even in Seattle, I'll be on the Rams money line in that game if they can get by Chicago. But for now, Seattle could win the game. I think the Niners play well.
Texans at Patriots, I feel like we would both agree this is Patriots to win, right? Patriots to lose, I guess.
I was not impressed with the Patriots Sunday night. I know they didn't play a real opponent like the Chargers. It was kind of like a sad team that they played, a team with no offense. Yeah. I think the bet here is just betting the under. I don't even trust the Patriots to win. I'm just going to hit the under here and not care who like has a late pick 6 to win. Because like if it comes down to a defensive touchdown, they both have good defenses. How do you even choose?
I just didn't think. I always watch Houston. I'm like, I don't think their defense is that good. And also, like, C.J. Stroud, 3 fumbles from the snap. Like, that's bad. Like, I just feel like their defense is not that good. They held Rodgers, but they kept moving down the field until they started making mistakes. So, I don't know.
And that's the toughest turnaround. Monday night game in Pittsburgh, and then the next Sunday afternoon in New England. So you're back and forth with Texas. That's some tough turnarounds.
That's tough. What about the Rams and the Bears?
The way I feel about the Bills and Josh Allen is the same as I feel about Matt Stafford and the Rams. They are inevitable, and quarterbacks win playoff games. And the Rams did not play well against the Panthers. Stafford didn't play well. He banged his thumb on the helmet, and he had like 2 quarters of missing every throw. And then he figures it out late because that's what good quarterbacks do, just like Josh Allen did, just like Brock Purdy did, just like Caleb Williams did. They all made it happen in the end. I think the Rams win the game. I wish they were not -3.5. I'm going to have a big bet on the Bills and the Rams to both win the game because those are the 2 teams I feel like are the best in the NFL right now. So I need to go big this week with a big parlay on those 2.
Things that worry me, Rams are in Chicago. It's going to be cold. Stafford, old man, outside, hurt back, bones start to ache a little bit, might be a little slower there. It's tough. You know,
the weather, Mike, did you see the weather report for Sunday?
It's going to be 11 mile per hour winds up to 30 mile per hour and 18 degrees. That's what I got.
I got wind chill from 0 to -10 during this game.
It's going to be cold. Which worries me a lot for the Rams. I do like I guess Bears at +3.5. I also could see them winning the game.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
You're going to be on money line too?
I'm going to be a money line too, yeah.
Oh my God. Which nail polish have you ordered?
Well, it has to be all different colors, right? So I can't just go with one. I would love Rams, Seattle. Like basically they just have to play conference games the entire time.
Yeah.
All the way through. But I do think the Bears, there's something weird. I can't tell you what it is. I don't like it. There's nothing about Caleb Williams and the Bears I like. But I feel like I have to bet on them this week because of the environment. It's too cold. It's too goddamn. You know how cold it is. You're in Connecticut.
It's awful, but they could do it for 3 hours. I think they could do it. I'll have to go back and check. When the Rams won the Super Bowl a few years ago, did Stafford play in a cold weather game? That would be a great thing to know. If he won a playoff game in cold weather in that run, or if they played, they beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 4 years ago. Did they ever have an outside playoff game in that run? It wasn't that cold.
Well, I do have stats. Stafford career outdoors is 36-43.
Not great.
Stafford career on the road 55-63.
Not bad.
And Rams games indoors this season 10 out of 18.
10-8. Where were they outdoors? They didn't play as well in Carolina outdoors.
They did not play in Carolina very well.
Another tough travel week. Listen, they were in Carolina on Saturday. They're all the way back to LA. Then they're all the way back to Chicago this weekend. That's a lot of flying. We know how that works. Watching the Bears game, it's like, yes, Caleb Williams has all these comebacks, but it's like the clock is going to strike midnight on them at some point. They can't keep doing this. You don't win in the NFL by going down 2 to 3 touchdowns in the first half. That's not a formula. It's been their formula this year. It's worked. It can't work forever. And it's either going to stop working this week or it's going to stop working in the NFC Championship or you hope in the Super Bowl. It won't last forever. So I'm just going to bet that it stops now instead of in a week or 2.
I know. Like, all right. So can I tell you, originally I had the Rams advancing. I had the Broncos the Bills advancing, the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Those were your emotions.
Those were my emotion. Quick, like, here's the schedule. This is who I like. And I'm like, that won't happen. That won't happen, right? Because if that's what everybody's thinking, that's not going to happen. So I had to like, okay, what are the teams that I already hate? Well, I hate the Broncos, and I hate Chicago, so I'm just going to go with them. Just
flipping your emotions. Either you'll be wrong all season or wrong this weekend.
Or it's like I'll be wrong gambling, but happy emotionally.
Emotionally, you're hedging. You are definitely hedging.
I'm definitely hedging myself for sure.
The playoff draft that we have going on, I have 5 teams left, by the way. You have 3 teams left, and I'm confident with my teams. Again, I have Rams and Bills, who I think are on a collision course in the Super Bowl. I have the Texans and that good defense. I have the Niners and the Bears, so someone wins the Rams-Bears game.
It's not a good week for me at all. All my teams, really. I got
you
Seattle.
You only had one team advance.
Seattle, Denver, and the Patriots. Not good.
And again, I point out the quarterback difference. I have Stafford and I have Josh Allen, you have
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Bo Nix and Drake May. And I think this is an indictment. What is it going to come down to? Is it the best teams and the best defenses, the teams of Bo Nix and Sam Darnold,
Maybe the
or
changing
the
of the
best
guard.
quarterback?
Changing of the guard here. This is it. Old guys out, new guys in.
You just don't see many like Trent Dilfers winning Super Bowls in this day and age. It's always like legit QBs, like Mahomes mostly. That's why I really feel strongly it's like Stafford, Josh Allen, collision course.
That would be a great Super Bowl. Like the worst Super Bowl that I could ever imagine would probably be at this point Bears, Patriots or something.
Bears, Texans. NBC is a Super Bowl. They don't want that.
I don't want that. Oh my God. Who would even tune in for that?
Texans. We don't need Texans anymore, to your point. I mean, the Patriots aren't fun either. No. Honestly.
All right, good show. Check us out, YouTube, Sports Hangover. Subscribe to us on our Substack. Friday, we have the model picks. They're dropping on Friday. Didn't do great last week, but if you picked correctly out of the multiple games, you could have won a little money. I did not.
Remember, Bills and Rams are my picks against the model. I also like the 49ers to cover and the Pats Texans unders. We're going to see how that matches up with the AI model.
All right, Jeremy. Good job. See you.